next speaker is going to be Litu Sethi. Let me just give you a brief introduction at first. Litu Sethi is a PhD researcher in energy and environmental economics at the National Institute of Technology at Rourkela. He has published extensively in leading international journals with research focusing on energy policy, sustainable development, and economic transitions in emerging economies. He will be our final speaker today, and I'm sure we are very excited to learn something from you.
Thank you to the Green Institute for giving me an opportunity again to present my research ideas and paper. Thank you to the founder. I would like to thank everyone, those who join over here. Okay. This year, the Energy 3.0 conference on community-led transitions, energy justice, resilience, and innovation in the global south. And my presentation is on topic financing community-led energy transitions in developing countries, rebalancing the energy trilemma. This is my outline of my presentation. Coming to the introduction, in recent past decades, IEA and World Energy Council has put their continuous effort to balance energy trilemma and put efforts towards global just energy transitions. Recently, in the last few decades, world energy system faced the geopolitical war and war-related shocks, global financial crisis, oil price shock, volatility, climate and environmental shocks, pandemic shocks like COVID-19 in 2019, energy transition and policy shocks, institutional and governance shocks. In this era of shocks and negative effect on energy system, IEA and World Energy Council put significantly their effort to balance the energy system, energy trilemma. This shocks negatively affect the energy trilemma in developing countries. It transmit the transition or disruption through rising energy prices, supply chain breakdowns, and increasing fiscal stress. Asian economies are particularly characterized by high import dependence, and African countries constrained by energy poverty or structural energy poverty, which tend to perform systematically worse in the World Energy Council report by World Energy Council. And in that report, these Asian and African countries are performing worse, and they are more often rely on or ranked in the bottom 50% of the World Energy Trilemma Index. Under this series of overlapping global shocks, policy priorities are often relocated towards short-term energy security and affordability. This typically comes at the expenses of environmental sustainability. The global effort to achieve just energy transition has recently gained traction, given the imperative role of low carbon energy transition in net zero emissions, low carbon economic expansion, and enhancing energy access and affordability. Supporting these notions, United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, that is SDG 7, ensuring access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all through balancing the energy trilemma. Thus, to ease this path of energy transition, energy system must be secure, equitable, and sustainable in nature. That is the report or the framework developed by World Energy Council on Energy Trilemma Index. That means World Energy Trilemma Index particularly divided three sections or three systems, three dimensions of energy sector, that is energy security, energy equity, and environmental sustainability. Coming to the research motivations of this study, realizing just energy transition requires energy systems that are simultaneously secure, equitable, and environmental sustainable, which encapsulated the concept of energy trilemma. Thus, a nuanced understanding of trade-off is central to devising and implementing effective policies for reliable and sustainable energy future is required. As prioritizing one, that is might be energy security. If we prioritize the energy security, then we will perform works in terms of environmental sustainability, which is currently happening in the developing countries, particularly in Asia and African countries. Coming to the energy trilemma in developing countries, energy security is in Indian or African or Asian countries are morely they have evidence of the continued growth and demand for energy rises significantly, and the over reliance on energy import poses a major threat to energy security. Coming to the energy equity, continuously rapidly growing population and increasing urbanization drive energy consumption, which currently the demand is expected to rise by 50% between 2020 and 2030. Considering environmental sustainability dimension, the inadequate energy infrastructure, conflicting geopolitical tensions, and natural disaster, particularly in Asian and African countries, leave them vulnerable to over-reliance on fossil fuel for their energy need, and to ensure energy security and energy equity, which reflected vulnerable in their energy sustainability aspects of the energy trilemma. Coming to the World Energy Council report 2024, this report unveiled that developing nations, particularly in Asia and Africa, are placed in bottom 50% of the World Energy Trilemma Index with low Energy Trilemma Index scores. Thus, global energy transition investment reached USD 2.4 billion in 2024, yet 90% remains concentrated in advanced economics and China. Thus, it it can be concluded that developing countries are critically underfunded relative to 1.5 degrees Celsius pathways. Thus, targeted energy investment is therefore essential to address financial gap and balance the energy trilemma in developing countries. With this background, we frame some certain research question, and the research question is that how does energy investment affect the energy trilemma indicator? Energy trilemma indicator, that is energy security, energy equity, and environmental sustainability in developing countries. In next, the question is how do financial system indicators, that is financial development, financial institution, and financial market influence energy trilemma indicators? And the final question is how do financial system indicator moderate the effect of energy investment on the energy trilemma in developing countries? Coming to based on the research question, we frame some research objective, and based on the research objective, these are the data sources of our study. And out of 62 developing countries ranking in bottom 50% of the World Energy Trilemma Index, our study considered 57 countries for period 2000 to 2023, and dependent variable of the study is three different dependent variable are energy security, energy equity, and environmental sustainability, which are the indicators of energy trilemma. And like that, we have taken independent variable, that is energy investment, that is total public energy investment in energy. And for mechanism variable, we have taken financial system. Control variables are the economic development, population growth, education, and industrialization. And based on the objective, we frame equation 1 is the baseline regression model, and equation 2 is the moderation effect model, where we show total public investment, the interaction between total public investment in energy with financial system, that is financial institution, financial market, financial development. And equation 3 shows the marginal effect model. This is the estimation strategy we have employed in our study. After performing basic econometrics analysis, and we go for discrete standard error estimator with fixed effect, and next we forward go with IBGMM with discrete standard error and KLS method. We have performed some preliminary test and diagnostic check before proceeding to the robustness or panel estimation. Partial regression, this is the figure 7 highlights that the partial regression plot. This is used to examine the marginal effect of independent variable on energy trilemma indicators or dimensions. These plots isolate the conditional relationship between energy investment and financial system with dependent variable, that is energy security in model 1, energy equity in model 2, and energy environmental sustainability in model 3. Coming to the next, we come with a correlation figure, and correlation figure highlights that the nexus between dependent variable and independent variable, and it depicts the correlation between energy security, energy equity, energy security, and financial system, that is financial development, financial institution, and financial market. It shows the nexus between energy equity with financial system, and it shows the nexus between the environmental sustainability and financial system. Next, coming to the regression result, that is baseline result, we have employed two-step system GMM, and from two-step system GMM, we found that energy investment exert a positive and statistical significant effect on energy security and equity. That is, energy investment strengthen the reliability of energy supply, which improves the energy access to affordability and energy services. Increase in energy investment expand and upgrade energy infrastructure, which improve supply stability and lower energy prices. This lead to increase in reliability and affordability dimensions of energy security and environmental sustainability. Total public investment has positive and has negative effect on environmental sustainability, which shows that there is increasing reliance on conventional energy infrastructure. Next, coming to the financial development. Financial development is the path of financial constant of credit facilities towards energy infrastructure. It helps to financing clean energy infrastructure, support green technological innovation, which boost the modern energy for all. It also helps to mobilize capital towards renewable energy infrastructure or instrument, and it provides credit facilities smoothly for the betterment of the energy infrastructure in developing countries. Coming to the financial institution, it mobilize long-term capital for energy infrastructure and diversification, which improves the energy supply reliability. That thus it has positive effect on the energy security. Coming to the financial development, coming to the financial development effect of on energy security, financial market mobilize capital through debt and equity instrument, which enables large-scale energy investment, foster energy diversification, which through large-scale and renewable energy project. Thus, better financial market helps to foster stability as well as reliability of energy system or energy supply in developing countries. That financial market also helps to foster financial accessibility and reduce energy cost in developing countries, which makes energy affordable and widely available. That means it helps to access modern energy for all, especially in urban areas or wider population. Financial market also introduced targeted financial instrument, that is microfinance and green financing. That means it promote energy equity. Financial market enhances or it might helps to development of conventional energy infrastructure during the early stage of energy system or energy expansions, which resulted that financial system or financial market has negative effect on energy trilemma or environmental sustainability. This is the moderation effect of financial system, where equation or model 10 to 12, we have investigated the effect of total public investment on energy with the interaction between total public investment in energy with financial development. In equation 10, equation 11 deals with the interaction of energy investment with financial institution, and equation 12 deals with interaction between energy investment with financial market. And this is the static moderation. The result that's shown in regression result of baseline result two-step system GMM is supported by the this figure 13, which shows the static marginal effect plot of energy security and financial system, and it also supported by the figure 14, which shows the time varying marginal effect of plot of energy security and financial system, and so on. Coming to the robustness check, we have employed KLS method, which outline that it provides the regression result, that is positive effect of uh, uh, public investment in energy on energy security, energy equity, and but negative effect on environmental sustainability. Financial development have positive effect on energy security. Financial institutions have negative effect on energy security. Financial market have positive effect on energy security, and so on. This is the KLS coefficient path under alternative endogeneity assumption, which support the results. This is the moderating effect of energy investment and financial system on energy system. Here we can outline, we can find that there is positive effect of the interaction term between total public investment or energy investment and the financial system on energy trilemma. All the dimensions of energy trilemma reflected that energy investment and financial development in developing countries enable mobilization and allocation of capital efficiently towards diversified energy infrastructure. Thus, together they improve stability and reliability of energy supply. Moreover, better financial development helps to lower energy cost and limits investment risk, which foster effectiveness of energy investment and accelerate the expansion of resilient and sustainable energy system. Moreover, we find a positive correlation or interaction effect of financial institution with energy investment here. This interaction foster energy supply stability and through effective channeling fund towards grid expansion and diversified energy sources. Next, the possible expansion for this positive interaction effect of energy investment with financial market on energy security is that it supports diversification of energy sources by enabling efficient capital mobilization through equity and debt management. Moreover, a well-functioning financial market helps to foster and efficient scalability of energy investment by lowering the cost of capital. Thus, from this we found that there is positive effect of the interaction or moderating effect of energy investment and financial system on energy system. This is the figure 20, which shows that KLS coefficient path under alternative endogeneity assumption, and it supports the result outlined in previous slide. Key findings, coming to the key findings first. Public policy investment significantly improve energy security and energy equity, indicating that higher level of energy investment strengthen the reliability of energy supply system, while expanding access to modern and affordable energy services in developing countries, and it helps to foster energy infrastructure like on-grid expansion and off-grid expansion in grassroots to the bottom to top level energy system. Second, the result highlights that the importance role of financial system in supporting energy sector development. Financial development, financial institution, and financial market contribute positively to improving energy security and energy equity by facilitating capital mobilization and reducing financial constraint in energy infrastructure investment. However, the result also reveals the energy investment and financial system expansion are not supportive of environmental sustainability, as these two variable or factor may result to uh, development of conventional energy infrastructure in developing countries, particularly in Asia and Africa, and they are more towards emitting activities, towards channeling towards energy emitting activities, as they have face the problem of ensuring energy security and energy equity. That's why they compromising, or there is trade-off between energy security and equity with environmental sustainability in developing countries. That's why we have to put our effort to balance the energy system in such way that we meet current energy demand and ensure modern energy for all while ensuring environmental sustainability. At the same time, the interaction results suggest that financial system may amplify environmental trade-off when investment flows are directed towards conventional energy infrastructure rather than low carbon energy technologies. Coming on the basis of findings, we have suggested some policy implications which drive the SDG 7. First, government in developing countries should continue to prioritize strategic public investment in energy infrastructure, particularly energy infrastructure in or project that enhances energy reliability and expand equitable access to modern energy services. Second, strengthening financial system, particularly in rural or grassroots level of Asia and Africa, which positively affect the environmental sustainability dimensions of energy trilemma and energy equity aspects of energy trilemma. That means strengthening financial system development, especially financial institution and capital market, is essential for mobilizing the large-scale financial resources which required for energy sector expansion. Third, policymakers should ensure that financial systems are aligned with the objective of sustainable energy transition, directing financial resources towards renewable energy deployment, energy efficiency improvement, and low carbon infrastructure development. Fourth one is strengthening green finance mechanism, sustainable investment framework, and climate-oriented financial regulations. Directing regulation will therefore be crucial for mitigating the environmental trade-off associated with energy system expansion. This finding underscore the importance of integrated policy framework that combine energy investment strategies with financial sector reform to effectively balance the three pillars of energy trilemma and accelerated progress of IEA and World Energy Council and energy, the organization that is associated with energy towards affordable, reliable, and sustainable in line with the SDG 7. This is the future research directions. This is the references. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this insightful, deep discussion. I think for the sake of time, we unfortunately have to pass to the next speaker because I just heard that he joined. So I'm very sorry that we have to skip the questions part, but it was very extensive. So I think we really got a good grasp of your ideas and learned a lot from you.